Terrible news for Kyle Busch once again, as while leading the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas, Kyle Busch got loose while lapping Chase Briscoe and spun around. Busch was hoping to end his 50-race winless streak in the NASCAR Cup Series, but he was unable to accomplish that yesterday. With barely 32 laps remaining, Kyle Busch went for a ride. He was attempting to pass Chase Briscoe in such a way that Ross Chastain would not be able to catch up and pass for the lead. Instead, Rowdy spun off and lost his chances of winning in the blink of an eye. What can you add to the discussion on Kyle Busch's season? Another big error. This was an unusual occasion for Busch. Rowdy, who had a commanding lead in the race at the time, became uncomfortable under Chastain's pressure and made a mistake. Busch's prospects are diminishing as the season progresses. He has won a race every season of his career, dating back 19 years. That's a NASCAR record. However, it appears like year 20 has gone away right in front of our eyes. And with only 6 races left and lots of playoff drivers vying for a win, will he ever get this close again this season? Running 10-10s trying to make up speed and cover the one car and make sure I could stay ahead of him, Busch said. The 14 Chase Briscoe turned down the hill in order to get clean air from the guy in front of him. And so, I went to his outside and plugged a hole. I just... air. For some reason felt nothing off the corner and hadn't really had that like that the whole time. There's a term for that I want to say right now, but I can't. Busting my butt, and I hate it for my guys and everyone at RCR. They deserve to get the win today. We hung underneath the one car, Ross Chastain, there for 15 laps trying to pass him. Finally passed him and could get away from him a little bit and catch a lap car. We'd get backed up a little bit and the gap just kind of kept doing that. I guess I just got in too big a hurry. At the time of the spin, Busch was doing everything he could to avoid Chastain. He went high into turn 2 in an effort to pass Briscoe, who was trying to stay on the lead lap at the moment. Briscoe didn't allow him much room to make the pass, and Busch got loose. Busch battled to finish 19th, but it was clearly not the desired outcome. Following a near call at Darlington and numerous others this season, Busch is left wondering what he has to do to maintain his 19-year run of winning at least one Cup Series race intact. It just did slip away, Busch explained. I'm numb. I don't know what to do. It wasn't just a bummer for Busch, as Briscoe also received some heavy words after the race. And Briscoe did his best to face the reporters afterwards. Honestly, it wasn't all Chase Briscoe's fault. Kyle Busch was preparing to pass to Briscoe but wanted to prevent Ross Chastain from passing for the lead. Busch was squeezed a bit tight passing on the outside down the backstretch and lost grip, the car went loose, and he went off. Briscoe spoke with the media about the event. He discussed the aero challenges that drivers have while riding behind others. I don't know if we ever touched. I haven't seen it still, but these cars are so sensitive when you are off to the right. I couldn't really run on the wall, so I was trying to give him a car width and a couple inches and saw him get loose as soon as he got to my right rear, Chase Briscoe said. It didn't feel like I was trying to do anything. I literally left him the top lane. These cars, as soon as you get off to the right, especially here when you are running the wall, they just get really loose. I hate it for him. He has been so close all year long, and I am a Kyle Busch fan and wanted to see him win to keep the streak alive. I hate that we are a part of the conversation. That was a really bad day for us. It was not what we needed, and certainly not what we wanted. We will go to work. We are 25 out, but we can still do it. It just wasn't the day we wanted, for sure. Chase Briscoe was trying to avoid a lap down. Kyle Busch decided to pass the 14 car on the outside. It is reasonable that Chastain is putting pressure on Busch. Still, he made a stupid decision that cost him in the end. For a few laps, it appeared like Busch was on his way to ending his winless skid. It's been 50 races since the 2-time Cup Series champion has seen a checkered flag. Let us not forget that Briscoe is a playoff driver. So, what should he do in this situation? Chase Briscoe has a mission to do: make the round of 8. Going down a lap puts him in a position to lose additional positions on track. The race was hard. There were several warning signs over the 400-mile journey. Busch was in a difficult situation, and it cost him. That was not Briscoe's fault. At the same time, the eventual winner, Ross Chastain, had another amazing race, this time battling off cars in the second half of the race at Kansas. Chastain won his 5th NASCAR Cup Series race. Ross Chastain has yet again found victory lane. He's not in the NASCAR playoffs this year, but this victory meant everything to him. Chastain had to struggle for victory yesterday. With 35 laps remaining, Chastain and Kyle Busch were preparing for a dogfight. Busch broke free behind Chase Briscoe while lapping the 14-car field and spun out for no apparent reason. Ross Chastain benefited from the error and caution, When the number one team is in the lead, passing becomes nearly impossible. Chastain is the last driver you want to see ahead of you. Unless you have a fantastic car, he will not make things easy. This race has far-reaching consequences for the NASCAR playoffs. Drivers who were previously favorites are now on the outside looking in as they head to Talladega. The first lap of this race was an accident that involving Chase Elliott. Elliott, who had already started in the back owing to engine troubles in practice and qualifying, faced immediate penalties. Ty Dillon shoved it 4 wide out of turn 2 and the rest was a chaos. Luckily, Elliott was able to recover. Kyle Larson, his teammate, did not fare as well after a tire blowout and a collision with the wall in the early stages of the race. Austin Cindric, another playoff driver, was involved in a collision that cost him another top 15 result. Tyler Reddick, the regular season winner, also had a horrible day on the track and is currently below the cut line. Despite everything on the table for the NASCAR playoffs, the non-playoff drivers took center stage late. Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, and Martin Truex Jr. all tried to steal the show late, and Chastain succeeded. Ross Chastain won for the 3rd year in a row. Since starting their program in 2021, Trackhouse Racing has won 8 races in total. Are we going to see Chastain cause more havoc this postseason? One driver certainly won't be hoping to see Chastain in front of him again at the end of a race, and that is William Byron, who finished second behind Chastain. "Damn it, I wanted that one really bad," William Byron said. "It just sucks, man. You're so close, and you know going to Talladega you know what that is. So just sucks, but proud of the effort." Byron departs Kansas atop the rankings with a 34-point lead, but he was 1 spot away from not having to sweat for 2 weeks. If he had won, he would have automatically advanced to the round of 8. From the start, Byron seemed to have one of the best cars, winning the first stage in the number 24 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. However, he was also one of those who elected to remain out at the end of stage 2, earning some extra points although losing track position. It took him the remainder of the race to get back into position. On the last restart, Byron, HMS teammate Alex Bowman, and Chastain battled 3 wide for second place. Chastain was ahead when the next yellow came out, placing him on the front row with then race leader Martin Truex Jr. Byron swiftly moved into second place, while Chastain passed Truex for first, spending the remaining 20 laps chipping away at Chastain's narrow lead. Byron was as near to the white flag as he had ever been, yet it was still too far away to approach. He crossed the finish 0.388 seconds after Chastain. "Yeah, just clean air," Byron stated of what he wanted at the end. "I feel like Chastain got the restart he needed to, and I was in the second row just trying to clear those guys. Once I got clear of them, my balance was okay. Just a little bit tight, but just kind of inching up on him. I needed probably, for it to be a longer run being in second." What are your thoughts on the race? Did you enjoy it? Was it a good one? And are you happy to see a non-playoff driver win the race again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.